Okay, so in this video, I'm not going to be using any fancy plugins, no third-party plugins, only stock plugins, and we're gonna make a fire beat. So for my first sound, and I'm probably gonna stick to this plugin in this VST, I'm gonna be using this sound called Orbiting Jupiter, and you'll be surprised. It sounds something like this. Such a nice, lush sounding sound. It sounds really good. Very beautiful. Alchemy is definitely slept on for sure. And in case you're wondering, we're going to be playing these chords right here. It's going to be in the key of F sharp minor. We're going to start in D. Then we're going to go to an E. Then F sharp minor. And that's it. Walk back down. Again. Very, very simple but beautiful chords. Let's go ahead and record this sound in. Sounding so good. This sound sounds so nice. And I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it like this. I'm not gonna try to quantize anything, not right now, because I kind of like that natural feel that it has. I'm gonna go ahead and EQ some of this low end and a little bit of the midsection. And like I said, I'm not going to be using any third-party plugins, so just an EQ in this sound is just all I need to start off this melody. All right, and for my next sound, I'm going to be using this sound called Ice Synth Lead, and it sounds something like this. Very sharp sounding lead sound, but then we can go ahead and manipulate it afterwards. It doesn't have to stay, you know, exactly like this with these frequencies or this sharp. Let's go ahead and record something in. Sheesh, sounding nice. Let's go ahead and just adjust a few of them right here. Now let's go ahead and EQ some of this low end right here and some of this high end. And I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some echo delay. This is a plugin inside Logic, and I kind of like this plugin. It's just reduce the wet a little bit. It's sounding pretty good. Let's go ahead and move on to the next instrument. For my next sound, I'm gonna be using the Studio Grand Piano inside Logic, and this is a fairly new piano sound. I think it came out like maybe this year or last year. I'm not too sure, but it's very new and it sounds very rich and nice. Something like this. So very rich sounding piano. So let's go ahead and record something in. And I'm going to be using some of the same chords I was playing in the beginning. This piano has so much depth in there already, and it sounds very girthy and rich. Let's go ahead and reduce some of this low end, and let's go ahead and remove some of the mid section, a little bit of the high too, just to make it sound more warm, but we might change that later on. And just like that, you have a really nice melody only using plugins inside Logic. Honestly, I can't argue. Alchemy is definitely super underrated. Now for my signature sound, I am gonna go ahead inside the Grace Harmony sample pack, and if you don't have this vocal pack yet, you can go ahead and grab it. Link is in the description. And also go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't hit it already. Only if you're enjoying this video though. So I found this nice vocal chop right here in the Grace Harmonies pack, but I'm only going to use this small section right here. And sometimes, you know, with vocal samples, you just need a little section for you to feel what you want to implement into your melody. And for me, this is enough. Let's go ahead and add this in. Sounding super nice. I'm just going ahead and reduce some of this high frequency and again some of this low frequency and a little bit of the midsection here. Now I'm going to go ahead inside Space Designer and I'm going to go ahead and use this reverb, increase some of this wet, and honestly this reverb sounds pretty good. being a stock plugin inside Logic. Vocals are sounding nice and warm. And just with those few tweaks right here, we got ourselves a nice melody. And inside Logic Sampler, you can go ahead and drag any sample you want, vocal sample, and chop it up, do whatever you want with it. All right, now let's go ahead and add some drums. And I'm going to go, of course, in the R&B Madness kit. Let's go ahead. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a rim shot every 2 bars. And then I'm going to go ahead and add another rim shot every 4 bars just to have a little bit of difference in between every time like the rim shot is hitting. Now let's go ahead and add a kick. I want this kick to be nice, punchy, and I want it to flow. And I'm gonna go ahead and increase some of these high frequencies. And it could be distorting here in a little bit, but we will fix that in case it's doing that. Now, something I'm going to go ahead and do is add a limiter. Oh, and usually I use a soft clipper instead of a limiter, but Logic doesn't have a soft clipper. And this is maybe one of the small disadvantages, but we can still make it work. All right, we got our kick nice and going and it's sounding really nice. So let's go ahead and continue on with some hi-hats. And for these hi-hats, I think I'm just going to play them straight through, but I might change that later on. Go ahead and reduce some of this low frequency right here and just raise up some of the high frequencies. And again, I'm using Logic Sampler for everything. Now I'm going to go ahead and add an open hat. And I'm at a second open hat. Now let's go into the R&B Madness kit again and let's go get a bass sound from here. And I'm just going to go ahead and play something on the keyboard to just make it sound a little bit more natural. All right, now that we got the bass in, let's go ahead and EQ it a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and add an adaptive limiter to increase the sound, and it is going to squash it a little bit, but it's okay because we still want it to punch. Add the adaptive limiter, reduce the gain if it's distorting too much, and the out ceiling, I'm just going to increase it to where I don't want it to go through. So if I don't want it to hit more than -3 dB higher, then I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, and the reason why I like to add the adaptive limiter is because you can hear the difference when it's on and when it's off. Sometimes you get that distorted feel with it. Sometimes the distortion that you're getting is not the good distortion that you want. So let me show you how it sounds with the gain on and with the gain off. And this is how it sounds with it on. And this is how it sounds with it off. And this is how it sounds with it on. So as as you can see, there's a difference between when you leave it off and on. Definitely a very nice tool to use inside Logic is an adaptive limiter. I will go ahead and use it just to increase the sound and, you know, make it sound a little bit more compressed altogether. Now that we got everything squared off, let's go hear the final result in 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, first of all, I just want to say, if you're at the deep end of this video, comment down below deep end. I love the people that are always here at the end. Second thing is, if you haven't noticed, I made a couple changes. I did slow down the hi-hats. I rearranged a few things way differently. Sometimes when you're creating, it's better to just create in the moment, add as many sounds as possible, do whatever you have to do. And then at the end of the beat or at the end of the melody, whatever you're doing, you can go ahead, remove things, add things, change things around. The whole point is don't overthink so much, just create. And then at the end, you can arrange however you want to arrange. But as you can see in this video, you can make a pretty good sounding beat with just stock plugins. So don't make that an excuse that I don't have some of the best sounds, because at the end of the day, that's just an excuse, to be honest. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button, comment down below if you're enjoying the videos. But till next time, stay blessed, stay positive. And if you want to see more, go ahead and click on this next video right here. Peace.